Ted Kaczynski, an American domestic terrorist famously known as the Unabomber, was once a student at Harvard University. His studies spanned a variety of topics, including psychology. During his time there, he became the subject of a controversial psychology experiment. Led by Professor Henry A. Murray, the study focused on manipulating and testing responses to emotional situations. Participants, including Kaczynski, were isolated in a cubicle for several hours as questions and instruction were given. No contact was made with each participant, and they were only spoken to via pre-recorded audio messages. The goal of the experiment was to observe the psychological responses of the subjects. The pre-recorded audio messages were designed to elicit strong feelings of stress, inadequacy, or anxiety in the subjects. The responses were then studied, and psychologists observed how the subjects' emotions changed over time. This type of experiment was later dubbed the checklist. The psychological and emotional responses of the participants, including Ted Kaczynski, were of interest to the researchers. They wanted to see how people would react to a stressful and thought-provoking situation with unfamiliar stimuli. People responded in different ways, from stressing out to using the audio messages to calm themselves down. Kaczynski allegedly experienced severe psychological distress as a result of the experiment. Many believed that it was the reason behind his later acts of terrorism. However, there is still much debate about the connection between the experiment and Kaczynski's later life. Psychologists and researchers have since been cautious about the implications of research studies like the one Kaczynski was part of. They do not want to be involved in a similar experiment that could cause mental distress and possibly even harm. Ted Kaczynski's psychology experiment at Harvard remains controversial to this day. It serves as an important reminder of the implications of psychological research and the need for ethical guidelines. Kaczynski's experience drove many to advocate for better regulation of psychological experiments and the protection of human subjects. It also made people cautious about the use of psychological experiments as tools of manipulation. The experiment has led to greater understanding of the power of psychological tests and similar research studies. It serves as a reminder of the risks that can be involved in psychological testing, even with consent. Some argue that the experiment may have damaged Kaczynski's mental health and contributed to his later actions.